Hello, and welcome to Behind the Chords.
Hi.
This is the podcast for members of Spirit of the Gulf. I am Jamie Ryan, and I have here Deanna Kastler, who apparently in the real world is known by Deanna. What's that story?
Well, when I was a kid, my family always called me Dee Dee, and all through high school and everything, I was Dee Dee. And even in college, because I had high school friends that followed me to college, so I was still Dee Dee. But then once I started teaching and I was known as Deanna, then that's what everybody else calls me. That's everybody at work calls me Deanna. It's a more grown-up name, so I kind of went with it. But you can't really shake a nickname that you've had for half of your life. So I know it confuses people.
How did Dee Dee get carried forward into the Sweet Adelines world then? Like, have you been a Sweet Adeline for so long that you were Dee Dee?
No, I think because it was back in, I don't know. I was still young-minded when I joined. And so I think and my friends back then called me Dee Dee. They weren't in Sweet Adelines, but when I joined, I was just like, oh, I'm Dee Dee. And my best friend growing up, her mom was in the Gainesville Sweet Adelines. So when I went to them, they were the very first ones I went to. When I went to them, I introduced myself as I'm Marsha's best friend, Dee Dee. That's probably why. That's probably why.
Entree in was Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you saw your first Sweet Adelines chorus?
Oh, gosh. I probably was in maybe like third or fourth grade.
Wow. So you grew up knowing about Sweet Adelines.
Yeah, but on the fringes. It was what my best friend's mom did, and we helped out with the holiday show and got to go to the party and eat free desserts. That was my extent of the knowledge. And they wore a lot of makeup and they had a lot of sequins. That's all I knew.
Still true to this day. So when did you start singing? You sang before Sweet Adelines, right?
Not really. I was an instrumental major in college. I played in the band all through from middle school on, high school band. I got my scholarship to LSU on the bassoon was my primary instrument.
I was gonna guess saxophone. I'm glad you said bassoon.
And then and I played in the marching band. I played trombone, and jazz band. And then I remember having to take vocal techniques when I was in college, and I was like, what is this? Like this, we all made fun of the vocal techniques class. And then, but as an elementary music teacher, you don't play those instruments anymore. Your instrument is the recorder. And but you do a lot of singing when you teach elementary music. So I found my voice a little more there.
How long have you been teaching?
Oh, I'm in my 27th year.
That is crazy to me because you genuinely look like 30 years old to me. So you can't have been 3 when you started teaching.
No.
Yeah.
No.
When I heard that you had teenage kids, I was astounded.
Yeah. And I'm an older mom too. Like I didn't have my kids till I was in my mid 30s.
Wow. Oh. Dang, you have some nice genes and a good skincare routine.
Well, thanks.
All right. So how did you find Sweet Adelines? What's your Sweet Adeline story? I mean, how did you start singing?
It's a funny one. It's my, so I went to school at LSU, but I grew up in Gainesville, Florida. And I taught at LSU in Baton Rouge, lived in Louisiana for about 8 years, and then decided to come on home. So when I came back to Gainesville, all of my high school friends had left, but my dad still lived there. He was until he retired, a professor at Santa Fe Community College there, and always hung out with his students, knew his students real well. And so I was teaching, going to school, coming home, hanging out with my dad. One day he comes home and he's like, I'm worried about your social life. And I was like, okay. And he goes, so I told one of my students that you were going to go to her singing group. And I was like, Dad, is this like a church group or something? And he's like, no, this is the Sweet Adelines. And I said, Dad, I am not going to sing at the Sweet Adelines. And it's exactly what I told you before. I said, that was Marsha's mom was in that. And that's like they all wear a bunch of makeup and they're all older. And he's like, I told her you were going, so you have to go to the first one. I was like, okay. So I went and they were amazing. And his student, Terry, she was amazing. She happened to be the sister of a guy I knew in college or in high school too. And like they were so nice. And I was fresh out of college. So my sight singing skills were really, really good back then. And they were like, here, why don't you try this baritone? I was like, okay. And so I'm like sight singing baritone with them, which I could not do now, but I could then. It was really fun. And they were so nice. And I guess the part that made me come back was because the singing was fun, but they were like so like excited to see me again the next time. And not in a weird, creepy way, but like,
look, a baritone, hurry.
And they were like, we'll see you next week, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come next week. And then the very next week I came, the director, they were co-directors, they pulled me aside and they were like, so do you want to try being in a quartet? And I was like, what's a quartet? And they were like, oh, well, try singing with us after chorus. So I was in a quartet from my second one on.
Gosh.
And I think I've been in one since, like,
So have they always been competitive quartets?
Yeah, my first one was, they were called Shenanigans.
Love the name.
And I think we came in maybe around 14th in the regional contest. And it was all fun. I really didn't, it did not have a competitive spirit to it. It was more of like fun. We were jokey and did all kinds of silly things. And
awesome.
Yeah.
So how many has it been?
Shenanigans. That was for a few years. I was in a quartet called Dangerous Curves for 6 months. And then I was in Bling right after that. So Bling was a long time. Bling started in 2004 and went all the way to 2015, I guess. 15.
Wow, that's a long time to quartet.
Yeah. We didn't want to be a quartet that won and like poof, like
yeah.
Okay. So we did a lot of stuff until Davey ended up moving up to Ohio.
And what year did you win?
We are 2013. Is that right?
Okay.
2013, 2014.
A while ago. 10 or 11 years ago.
Yeah, yes.
Nice.
10 years. It was our 10-year anniversary 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. We saw you at the Cornet Club and it was 10 years, right?
Yeah. Well, it always confuses me because you win one year, but you're actually the next year queens.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's like the Miss America pageant. It's 2020, but you're going to be the queen in 25. Okay, great.
Right. Okay. All right.
Okay, just give me the crown.
Right. That's all I really.
All right. I've talked about you teaching. What else do you do outside of Sweet Adelines?
Not much.
You don't have time to do much out of Sweet.
I like to stay like involved with the kids, like the soccer games, the football games that they play in the band, and like I do all of those things. And I volunteer. Like I'm a band parent, so I volunteer and chaperone the games and stuff. And then outside of that, we have a small group of friends here in my neighborhood, and so I do a lot of card playing, a lot of games. Yeah, we do a lot of game nights.
I love game nights. I actually was just saying to somebody that I really miss the ability to do that. I just had my first party in Florida, and I've been here for 6 years. Wow. That is very not like me. I am the planner, doer, let's get together person. So it is very weird that it took 6 years. So I really miss game nights.
Yeah, they're fun. And you can stay at home and wear comfy clothes.
Yeah. The best. And it's way cheaper to eat and drink at home than it is to eat or drink out.
That's right.
Do you have anything you want to say before I hit you with some rapid fires?
No, I just think, I mean, I do think this is great. The one thing I don't like about my situation is that I live 2 hours away from Spirit. Oof. And that I don't have the time to hang out after rehearsal or to go to a game night in town somewhere and really just like hang out with everybody, because that's the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
And but I leave 5 minutes forward done just because I know that's the kind of person I am. And if I wait till rehearsal's over, I'll be there for another 20. So I do like the fact that people maybe can get to know me a little bit better this way. So.
That's awesome. It is challenging being so geographically dispersed that it's hard to make friends. I mean, it's not hard to make friends because the chorus is so friendly. It's just hard to bond, which is why I love things like retreat, because you just hang out. I don't understand people who don't want to stay at retreat. Like, what are you doing? This is the best weekend of the year.
I know, it's like the total bubble, and no families, no responsibilities except for your music, and all of it's just, to me, I agree. I love retreat, and that was important to Gina and I to make sure we were someplace away to kind of
so people hang out. I should ask you, how did you end up becoming a director?
I was in, I became an assistant director in Gainesville while I was there. And in fact, that's how I met James, my husband, because he's a director here for South Florida Jubilee. And we went to a regional musical leadership meeting somewhere. I think it was in Sebring. And him being, like the only guy around, you kind of notice him. And so we ended up talking and hanging out, and we ended up dating long distance for a couple of years before I came down. So I already had my director certification because I got that in Gainesville.
Nice.
And so when I joined Spirit, I came over with Maria, and I just was Molly member for a while. And then I let Karen know that I had my directing stuff and that I had been a music major and stuff. She's like, oh, well, so then I became an assistant director. And that's back when Naima was still the associate director of Spirit of the Gulf.
I don't know who that is.
Naima, she was the bass in Growing Girls and in Swinglish Mix.
Okay. I remember Swinglish Mix. I don't remember the other.
Growing Girls. They were all from Sweden and they were young. It was before my time, but they were amazing. But Naima, such a beautiful human, and she was living in South Florida at the time, so she was the associate director, and I just kind of filled in. And then she left, and she moved, and I became an assistant. But it was different than most courses because Karen lived in New Hampshire at the time, and so when she left, she would leave for like a snowbird. So I ran full rehearsals as an assistant director in the summer, which was amazing. I got to learn so much, and you get to, the chorus was very kind and very, very helpful and motivational for me, and supportive. That's the word I was looking for. And so most choruses, assistant directors don't get that kind of time in front of the chorus. Yeah. And when they do, their director is overseeing them. I didn't have that because we didn't even have the FaceTime stuff. It was just me and the ladies, and they do whatever I wanted. But
no pressure then. I mean, that's kind of nice that you don't have somebody looking down for you to feel awkward about. Like, it's just you.
Yeah. And it really helped me grow. And then I became an associate. And then when Karen left and Mike Slamka came on, I was still associate, and that's actually my happy place. I really, really liked being an associate director. You don't have to make all the decisions. You just have to, lead the ladies in rehearsal. And so when he was going to leave because of work, and because he was always gone, he was like, it's not fair to them. I'm not here all the time, and you're taking over. And he said, I won't leave if you become a co-director. And I said, okay. I will become a co-director. So that's how I became a co-director.
Would you prefer to go back to associate director now, or?
There's a part of me that would.
Yeah.
But I think it's mostly just because of the time it takes behind the scenes. And so I think when the kids, I got one heading to college this year and then another couple of years. I think once they're, on their own out there, it might be easier, and I'll fully embrace it all. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's sometimes when I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back to that associate director role.
Yeah. But it is really important. I really applaud you being involved in your kids in high school. You know, the time is this long in their lives that you're allowed to be that involved. So, man, seize the day. Carpe diem, as they say.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I'm going to hit you with some, they're out of order. I'm going to hit you with some rapid fire questions. I have 6 cards. You get to pick. And by the way, they are all new as of today. I rearranged them because people kept picking the same card.
Okay.
So you get to pick 1 through 6.
I pick 4.
All right. This will be new to both of us. I mean, they're the same questions, just in different order. I have to put glasses on because I can't see. Oh, I love this question. What is the hardest song you've ever learned?
Oh gosh, the hardest song I ever learned was when I was singing with Bling and Don't Rain on My Parade, but it was David Harrington's arrangement, and it was like 5 million pages long, and it was great until the very last page. It was in some kind of crazy like key, like went into weird key. I mean, we never even could get it. We couldn't get it. And so we never sang it. And then Tony sang it with his quartet. I forget which one, Max Q maybe. And we reached out to him. We were like, how did you ever learn this song? And he was like, oh, we never sang that in public. We just recorded it because it was so hard. Then we felt validated.
Wow.
It was really hard.
Yeah. So you can cheat when you're recording because you just splice it all together. And old music.
And you can adjust the tuning too, depending on where you're recording. And that was it. It was like the tuning of that last page was crazy. It was.
Love it. I love that you have an answer for that. Number 2, which decade had the best fashion?
Oh gosh. I gotta say, I really love, not that I lived in it, but I love the fashion from the 50s. If I could go back just to wear those cute outfits, that's what I would do. And
you still can wear them. I give you permission to wear 50s clothes.
I'll show up to rehearsal one night and just, hey.
We should have a 50s theme night. We'll put it on the list. Number 3, what's your biggest pet peeve?
I have a few, but
you can tell me a few if you want.
My biggest is when you're someplace in public and someone has their phone on and they're watching something, but they're trying to be quiet. So it's not like, well, I wouldn't like it up loud anyway, but they're trying, they don't have AirPods in. And so you can't really hear what they're doing, but you can hear that it's something. So then no matter what I'm doing, I'm trying to figure out what they're watching, but I can't because it's quiet. It makes me insane. Like even like parents with their kids, I'm like, put some headphones on because I can't.
Turn it up or turn it off.
Right. Yes. I'm in a constant like vicious circle of I don't know what's going on. So.
Okay. Number 4, what is your most used app on your phone?
Life 360 probably. Trying to find where my kids are. Spying on
them. Nice. I'm glad that didn't exist when I was a kid. Number 5, do you hit the snooze button?
Yes, several times.
That surprises me, but I don't really know you, so
yeah,
I get to ask these questions. Number 6, what's your favorite game?
I like a lot of games. I would say currently right now it's a card game called Sky Joe.
Oh. Yeah. Is it how many people play?
You can have up to 8 people play it. It's a fun card game. It has its own deck and it's cards.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Number 7, what would the title of your autobiography be?
Oh gosh. Title of my autobiography would probably be Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Number 8, do you have a go-to karaoke song?
Yes. I do.
Would you like to share what it is?
It's better when Angie's there with me because then we can duet. I like to sing harmony at karaoke. But it's a journey. Don't stop believing.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Number 9, do you have a bucket list travel destination?
Yes, I do. It's Scotland and Ireland. Yeah. Haven't been.
Highly recommend. It was amazing to go.
Yeah. Hopefully trying to go there in the next few years. I don't know.
Yeah, highly recommend. Maybe as a high school graduation gift, you can take your son.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast. Coming up fast.
That's not going to happen, but
Okay, never mind. Maybe the second one.
right.
And number 10, what song do you wish did not exist?
Hmm. Okay, this is a weird one, and it doesn't happen as much anymore, but it used to happen a lot in school where the kids would want me to play this song and I did not like it. And it like sticks in your ear, but it's Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. It's odd.
Fair answer. That's not weird. That's probably the best answer. Well, those are all of the questions. If you don't have anything else you want to say to or about the chorus, I'll just say thanks for sharing your time with us.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just I love the chorus immensely. I couldn't imagine my life without them. And hopefully you enjoy getting to know me a little bit.
Awesome. I'm sure everyone loved it, and we'll look forward to learning more about you at rehearsal and fun weekends.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dee Dee.
All right. Bye.
Bye.